as we go forward in that way, all our citizens must understand that there's no magic to rolling back the outcome, what took decades to build. Those young men in the early 20s who you see walking around, proud that they have a gun, they weren't born at age 27. They were not born at age 18. They were born at one day, and they came up in families. One of the biggest problems in this country today is the breakdown and the failure of black African families in Trinidad and Tobago, where black young men are believing that they have no future, and they were brought up to believe that violence is a way of life. And let me tell you something. Special problems require special responses. And I will tell you, as I continue to examine my responsibility of Prime Minister, I have now come to the conclusion that we need special intervention in some of those communities that are nurseries for criminal conduct. And insofar as there are officials who can broadcast as loudly as they can that the police have no leadership and the police commissioner is no good and every policeman is a waste of time, giving confidence to the criminals that they could embark on their criminality with impunity. I want to tell them tonight, in those communities that you will see named in the very near future, I will instruct the Minister of Finance to identify immediately $100 million to go inside those communities and do what is not being done, because criminals in there have taken control of those streets and those houses and are making it difficult for government services to go in there and give some people an opportunity for a decent life. There are communities here in the East-West Corridor and elsewhere where a handful of criminals, like Mr. Hines told you, we're going to put up lights in our community, and some miscreant telling them he don't want no lights there. Well, there will be light, because the money that we'll make available, as I'm describing here, will be made available to the Defense Force leadership to retain and to hire reserve officers or retired officers and recruits to go into those communities and ensure that what has to be built is built, where security has to be on the street is there, and where people can rely on them and not on the local don who believes that they're somehow bigger than the government and the people of Trinidad and Tobago.